Saints fans, another ugly one. 4-point win over the Tigers on Saturday at the G. It's good to be at the MCG again, but not so great to watch. As Ross Lyon said, a top five ugliest games of all time.
We won it.
We won. A win is a win, I'll say once again. Before we get into it, a big welcome back to Saints TV. Max, how you going, mate?
Yeah, good. It feels a bit weird being sort of back. Year hiatus, but I don't know, get the nerves out the way early and then be right back into the swing of things, I'm sure.
We gave you plenty of notice, didn't we, to prep, to look in the mirror, just to get the words right?
No, it definitely wasn't like going over in the car right here, like what I'd be saying and make sure I know what I'm talking about. But no, we should be all good.
Yeah.
Sure. Max is from Saints TV Live back in the day, of course, so good to have you here, mate. Jakey, how you going?
I'm good. Oh, a bit shaken, all the Twitter spheres going off, getting a lot of DMs at the moment, boys. It's sensitive season now. You know, we haven't got the contract signed that we want, and there's been some silly news from Michelangelo Rucci, I think is his name, from South Australia. So, that's untrue, I believe. But
do you want to say what it is and put it to bed straight away? Because I'm sure...
Kel Wilkie is not going anywhere. I'm calling it now. He's not going anywhere.
What about Roel Marshall and Marcus Windhager and Jack Steele, the three other that they mentioned?
The entire team, yeah. I think we'll just see how it plays out. I think it's... easy. We're an easy target, St Kilda. That's just how it is.
You're confident those four are staying, though?
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. Let's get to the game then. There's not too much to discuss, I guess, but I guess my read on it was we started great. We got a 20-0 up.
Yeah.
We were looking good, and then I think we were sitting with Woody, and as he said, we just went down to Richmond's level and played their game for the entirety of the game. Down at three-quarter time, it was good to see us fight back a little bit, but didn't change the fact that game was still a pretty horrible watch. But nonetheless, the old cliche, a win is a win, and we did have to come back to win that game. And yeah, Sinclair, Max Hall, Cooper Sharman kicked some goals and sew it up for us. So yeah,
Naz's bounce.
That was pretty nice.
Cricket bounce.
You just know everything is just going right for that bloke right now. You just knew that was bouncing in as soon as he
could deliberately try and kick it in the opposite direction, like Miles Bergman a couple of weeks back, but it will somehow go the other way. It just knows where to go.
Yeah, the winds will pick it up. The swirl at the G will take it back.
Yeah, he's a magician.
What did you boys make of the game?
It feels weird to think that we had a 5-6 week patch where we were super consistent, playing like close to 4 quarters a week, and we didn't win a single game. And our worst football of that patch in the last 3 weeks has netted us 3 wins.
That's true. I haven't thought about it that way, but that is super accurate.
I mean, obviously the opponent standard is a little bit different, but I think we've just found ways to win in sort of different ways. I mentioned it in a video yesterday, but we came from behind against Melbourne. We jumped, North jumped us, and it was a battle. And then we jumped Richmond. And then, obviously, like you said, we had to fight it out. So every game, we've had to work or operate a challenge and overcome it, even if the game itself's not a great spectacle. But I just like that it's not so much just the senior players that are lifting. It's Taru, it's Windy, it's Naz, Mitch Owens a couple of weeks ago when he was playing. It's Sharman, Max Hall. So to me, it's those little things that I'm kind of taking out of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. And it's you're the first person that said that. So true. The 5 weeks before we won, I would have said we were playing better football than these last 3 weeks where we've got the W. 100%. So just goes to show. Max, how are you? Before you tell us your thoughts on the game, what are your thoughts just quickly on the season so far? Where is your head at?
Well, I've actually quite liked what Ross has done throughout the year. I know he's sort of been harped on in the media, maybe too defensive, all the old narratives, but I think what he's actually doing is building the culture of you got to earn your spot, regardless of your age, regardless of where you are in your career. And I think that's really important. Like if you go down the North Melbourne route or just play everyone 50 games and just see how good they are, you're wasting 2-3 years of crucial development and crucial time to rebuild your list, which is what we're in right now. We're trying to figure out who's going to stick around for the next 5 years, who's potentially on the out, but with having Garcia dropped and brought back and Travalia and Taru not debuting until quite later on in the season, it builds a little bit more confidence in the boys to go, I've earned my spot, I now can step on the stage and I'm ready for this.
They belong? Yeah.
Yeah, whereas if you just throw, you sort of 18 to 21-year-old 3 kids in the midfield, put them up against, Melbourne, you put them against Track Viney and Oliver, it doesn't, there's no continuity and there's no confidence for players, coaches, fans, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, that quickly brings us to just to mention it, but Hugh Boxall was the round 22 Rising Star. So speaking of giving kids a go and playing their youth and learning about the list, we know a lot about this kid. He's a tough nut. He had a great game. 14 disposals, 8 tackles, I think, as well. It's Jack Steele, a young Jack Steele to me. He's going to be that inside mid that's just a brute every game he plays. And
to your point, Max, Hugh Boxall is someone I've been saying should have been playing since round 1, but no, we've had to really earn that spot. And his magnet's been shifted around the board. He's played wing, forward, in the guts. I think that's definitely where he's going to play his best footy long term. But yeah, congrats to him. Great game. Like you say, a young Jack Steele. You don't want to compare him to a Brownlow medal contender, but he could certainly reach those heights.
Yeah.
Sure. Max, what did you read of the game?
Yeah, it was a bit of an ugly one. That's the narrative, isn't it? It wasn't it wasn't pretty, but look, it's a win. I think that inherently builds confidence in the group, and I've never been a fan of just tanking for the sake of it. I think the difference between pick 6 and pick 20 in the draft is minimal, right? Like you find gems everywhere. So banking these wins late in the season, helps the club with confidence and building towards something over the off season. Like if you lose 5 games in a row to end the season, what do people want to do for the preseason? They just want to go,
you got to sell something, don't you?
Yeah, you got to be
hope.
Yeah, and you got to have a bit of excitement, and there's a bit of rumbling. Like, great, I've ended the season really strong. Go off to Bali or wherever for your 2 weeks, and then you come back and bang, you straight back into preseason. You're like, this is really, really good. Yeah,
you want to build something, and we obviously, it's been about 10 minutes. We still haven't mentioned Naz. I can't believe it, but
it's a record. Absolute record.
There is a genuine chance that he still hasn't made his mind up. I tell you what, losing games 10 in a row wouldn't have helped. You get 3 on the trot, win a couple of games, vibes are a bit high. You never know. That could honestly be the difference at the end of the day. So, I've heard people talking about, now if he requests a trade and he goes to the draft, Port have a pick before, and it's like, come on.
It's true.
Come on.
It is a possibility.
Yeah, but you really think West Coast wouldn't just pick him straight away if he went to the draft?
Nah, they'd be silly not to.
Yeah, you'd be ridiculous. It'd be ridiculous. So, like you say, we got Taru. Everyone talked about the tanking last year, and we didn't end up. Obviously, won that game against Carlton, slid down the order, and we got Taru, who is looking like being an absolute player. So, we harp on about it all the time, but you don't jeopardize your culture.
No, I don't think so. I think, especially in such a compromised draft, maybe you can make an argument that in the previous years, maybe there were players there that we could have gotten. Maybe was it Langford from Melbourne we missed out on? He looks like a gun. Yep. So you can make arguments for like the better drafts, but this one coming up with the amount of NGAs, the amount of there's going to be compensation picks. Carlton will get one for TDK.
Yeah.
There's going to be, I think Essendon will get one for Draper. Potentially going to Brisbane.
Yeah, but I think because they've got the 2 in the first round, doesn't it get back-ended to the end of the... I think it's something, and if you get 2 first-rounders in the top 10 or something, you don't get back-to-back picks, but
Very compromised draft.
It's still, like pick... Even if we finish in the bottom 4, we're not getting a pick before pick 7, I don't think, with the way things are going, father-sons and all that. So, I'm happy to just keep winning. I think it's more important. I think, especially if it depends on where you're at. Like if we're a super senior team and we're beating Richmond by 2 points and we were expected to play finals, maybe it's different. But when you're playing a team on the weekend that was actually younger than Richmond in average age, 100% it's valuable. We were 25.3, they were 26.1 in average age.
Yep. And we were still fielding, Zach Jones, Brad Hill, some older types.
Exactly right. So. But our ins were Filippo, Henry, Wilson.
Yep, exactly.
3 youngsters.
No, for sure. And speaking of winning games, it doesn't hurt for a certain player's Brownlow hopes. Does he get another 3? Does he get 2?
I think he gets 2.
2.
I think Wilkie gets 3.
Gets a 3, yeah.
Yeah.
Although the umpires don't generally favour the defenders. Naz does stand out a lot more than Wilkie, I'd say.
Who votes for the Ian Stewart medal? Do you know?
I think media. I think media.
Okay.
As far as I know. But is Naz, I know we spoke about it last week, sorry, but is he a genuine shot at the Brownlow? Because these last 6 weeks, he could have polled like 15 votes. It's pretty insane to think about.
He's $21 now.
I think he slid to 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the predictor, I saw he was 3 votes off the lead at this point. Noah Anderson was on 27.
Yeah, I think Noah Anderson's the one to beat this year. Yeah. I think that Naz will get a lot of votes after that Melbourne game because the narrative sort of writes itself, and we all know the umpires love the narrative more than watching the actual game. But I think it'll be higher than I think what a lot of people from outside clubs predict.
Yeah, I went like. We've been sucked into the last 5 or 6 weeks of his form, but I looked back at the start of the year where we won those games and even some of the losses. I couldn't believe some of the losses. He was like the Brisbane game, we lost by 45. He was by far the number 1 rated player on the ground. But we all probably forget that. That could be a 2 or a 3 there that we're not considering. Yeah. There's 3 or 4 games where we lost. He was our best player and probably top 3 on the ground in losses. So
it's a good point. You forget that early season form, don't you?
If it's before the bye and he's got over 10 votes, he's looking
look out.
Super strong. But we'll see in a month's time.
I'm just looking at the AFL.com predictor now.
Yeah.
Just go at round 17, 3 votes. Round 18, nothing. Round 19, 3 votes. Round 20, 3 votes. Round 21, 3 votes. Round 22, 3 votes.
Oh, they gave him...
Yeah, they gave him the 3.
How many is that?
So that's 15 out of a possible 18 in the last 6 weeks.
And he's got Essendon Friday.
Yeah, and then, before that, he hasn't polled any 3. So it's pretty insane.
Yeah, well...
he's a shot. He's a genuine shot. It's exciting.
I think he's, I'd be shocked if he wasn't top 5 by that predictor.
Well, that was like when Errol Goulden surprised everyone, and was it 2 years ago? He just had a great back half of the season. He went from nowhere to even, top 3.
Yeah.
Was it Brayshaw?
Brayshaw finishing second,
like
2018 or something like that.
He wasn't even at the count.
Yeah, that's right.
Calling from Zoom call or something. So
yeah, I mean, whether he wins or not, though, seeing him go on that stretch at the end of the year will be awesome for sure. Jackie Steele's 200th was good to see him. He had a really strong last quarter. He sort of willed us to the finish line a little bit. And I know people were slagging off Richmond for standing around and clapping him off or whatever, which we can park that for a sec. But I love that we actually did cheer him off, because Sinclair's 200th, we didn't do that. I know we'd just been rolled, but I feel like you got to respect those milestones a bit more, and I was really happy to see us give Steely the respect he deserved. Yeah. And, of course, get the win. That's the ultimate respect.
Get the win. It's been tough for the club, but it's been tough for him as well. All the different talking points around him being the sub. Is he tradable? Is he going to be a Saint next year? This all the stuff. It's good to just, for a day, to put that on the back burner and then just have him play football.
Just celebrate.
Have his banner, celebrate with his mates. All of his, his schoolmates or someone. There was a big group of them in the rooms. After they sang, he came right over to them, gave them all a big hug, big huddle there. So he was in good spirits after the game, although when he walked in, you could tell he was like, yeah, that wasn't a great game. All the boys are like, well, we got away with that one. So, the vibes were good post-game. So, good to celebrate the great man.
For sure. And during the week, he did come out and pretty much say he's not listening to any of that crap. He's happy at the club, etc., etc.
Yeah.
What else do you guys want to talk about from the game?
Surprised we haven't brought it up, but forward 50 entries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Yeah.
It's pretty... how many intercept marks did Richmond have,
Too many, yeah. We played into their hand. It's definitely hard without a proper target. Max Heath obviously isn't going to give you the same output as a King or even a Mitch Owens who's out. So, but it's impossible for him to do anything when the ball's just being bombed on his head with 4 Richmond players hanging off him every time. So I think subbing him out was probably the right call, and we had to get some more movement in. And we spoke about this all year, but I genuinely felt on the weekend we were a better chance to kick a goal if we dribbled the ball into the forward line and just let the Smalls go to work.
Wet weather footy style.
Just give Higo the full 50. Just literally move out. Teams don't... is it just me, or is it not possible? Teams aren't that creative when it comes to that sort of thing, where it's like every forward go up the ground, give that guy a 1 out, like Adelaide with Thilthorpe. Just give him the whole 50. You don't... Is it possible?
I feel like it's really hard nowadays because it's just so much zone culture, and then the second you get it sort of 1 or 2 kicks away from the their D50, our offensive 50, it just gets crowded and you try and squeeze the ball to the sideline. It's I don't know. That's a hard one. I think the wet weather footy tactic of just kick the ball on the ground and see what happens. That's when you don't play a full forward though. You get rid of anyone that's over 190 centimeters and just say, guys, let's go pick it up.
Which is exactly our forward line, really. When you've got all of them on the park. Yeah. I felt sorry for Filippo again. I mentioned it in my review, but it just felt like maybe just playing him at Sandy in the guts for a full game would have been more beneficial than seeing him kind of just in no man's land. What did you make? What do you reckon of that?
Yeah,
just give him
was there not room for him in the midfield on the weekend?
He didn't play there once.
I'm surprised that we didn't just open up a spot for him in there and move some other magnets around. Surely he's the priority. He already had that game at Sandy. Yeah. What do you think, Max?
No, I think that he got brought in to take over Mitch Owen's role. Right, I think that was sort of the like for like swap.
But surely he's just getting brought in because he's Mateus Filippo and he's, one of our best players.
No, but I think that speaks back to what we were talking about before about the integrity of, like, you want people that are fit and firing and have earned their spot in the midfield. Not to say that Mateus Filippo hasn't, but just he's coming off an injury where he's done his calf and sort of redid it when he was supposed to return. You want to have full complete confidence in who's in your, like, that 3 on bowlers. Putting him high half forward. Maybe he kicks a goal and he gets up and about, but it didn't obviously work on the weekend. I don't think it was the wrong call not putting him in though.
Yeah. But even I'm fine with that. But once you get to half time, he's done nothing. The forward line is just not functioning properly. Surely that we go, okay, we'll shake it up now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think now, say we do move him, who takes that sort of Mitch Owens role?
Yeah.
Because the sub was Liam Henry, so probably, we go smaller. He comes in, we take Heath off. Steely could have probably sat in the forward pocket.
Although
he did do it at times. Zach Jones was half forward a couple of times. I called that out. I didn't like it. I'm kind of the opinion if you're playing Zach Jones, he's playing in the guts or he's the sub. I just don't see the point in having someone like him take a half forward position that could have been for Travalia or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'd be surprised if Mateus isn't playing more midfield minutes against the Bombers.
Yeah. Although Ross he got asked in a presser, would Filippo have played if Owens wasn't injured? And he essentially said no, we wouldn't have brought him in. So that's interesting. Maybe they see him just playing that role to see the year out. Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad call either. Just sort of get him through a couple of games.
Get the minutes.
Yeah, just get the minutes. Make sure he's still been around it, and then he can just work on whatever it is in the off season. Because you got to think the team next year. Obviously, we'll bring in a couple of free agents, but there's still players internally that this year haven't played for us and will be in our best 23 next year. You think Max King, Travalia will probably try and get a couple more games next year, but then Mateus Filippo has hardly played this year. You think he goes straight into the side, not as a high half forward or a third tall. He goes in as a midfielder. I think that's all we sort of wanted to see from him this year, and kind of hasn't worked out just because of the injuries, but it will. Yeah. You think it would next year?
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Keep it low risk. Anything else to touch on, or should we go into Mosh Man of the match?
Oh, yeah, that was actually a perfect segue. I was going to go into the back line and how they stood up, I thought. Taru, Caminiti. Taru, a bit stiff to not get the rising star. I think he will maybe even next week. Imagine having 2 in a row.
Wouldn't be surprised.
It'd be a ripper. Yeah. But Cal Wilkie was the Mosh Man of the match. He was also the Ian Stewart medalist, 29 disposals and 16 marks. I reckon he might pip Naz for the 3 Brownlow votes on the night. That'll be interesting if they do it.
I think Naz stands out too much,
but he had a ripper game. Without Cal Wilkie, I dare say we probably lose that game.
Yeah, I got in a heated debate today with my mates in my fantasy league about the All-Australian team and the All-Australian backline. And I think, like I said Wilkie, and I got flamed for it, and I went, what are you guys watching if it's not like Cal Wilkie?
Who are they saying as the alternative?
So we all sort of said 3 tall forwards or 3 key defenders, and it was Harris Andrews, Sam Taylor, and they were all saying Josh Worrell, which he's had a great year, but
he's not.
That's because he plays for Hawthorn and he's on prime time and everyone sees him. Cal Wilkie just goes unnoticed because he's playing Sunday 4:40 every week and just flies under the radar.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything wrong. He doesn't have a bad game. He really gets beaten. He went at 97% by foot.
That's pretty crazy. And you know what? He had 16 marks, which I was kind of shocked to see after because it felt like during the game, uncharacteristically, he was dropping a few. Like you don't usually see
20.
Dropping it. Yeah, look, that's my point. He could have 20, 25 marks, which is insane.
Yeah, sensational player.
But and even with 15 seconds left, he took an intercept mark that just about sealed the game for us. So shout out to him. Naz obviously would have been second up, I'd assume.
Who would have you voted for best on?
Oh yeah, I think
the 3 votes.
I think Cal Wilkie gets it over Naz. I think it's really hard to, as an umpire as well, to vote 3 votes against someone that didn't won a medal. Like you think Anzac Day, whoever wins the medal will get the 3 votes that day.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to not vote that.
Who's an unsung hero? Who's someone we haven't mentioned?
We're talking about for St Kilda, not just like a Brownlow.
Just for Saints.
Just for Saints.
Weekend.
I haven't mentioned Winhager. He had 32 touches.
He had 22 at half time. He was on track for a crazy game.
There you go. Yeah, I remember you said it. Windy's had 20 touches.
Well, it kind of happened really quick. Well, no disrespect.
Yeah,
it
not
just
at
happened
all.
so quick I didn't notice it.
Yep.
He was like 7 possessions ahead of everyone else on the ground.
9 marks, 6 tackles. Yeah, that was one of his better games for sure.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Marshall needs a shout out as well. Not because, I don't know, really, if we can say what did or didn't do well, but he took off Camden McIntosh's headband. So play
Is that
on.
even really a free
No,
kick?
that's play on because when who was it against the Cats? I think it was the Cats, and someone threw his boot.
You're right. What's
Where's
that?
the free kick for that?
Graham Myers.
Yeah. I get it's not high contact.
Round
but,
one
come
last
off
year.
It.
I remember that. I was
Is
sitting in
that
the cheer
actually in
squad.
the rule book? Because if it's not, then it's just blatant.
Still Sidebottom did it to him earlier this year as well. I guess it was in like a ball up scenario. They were all stacked on top of each other and he just pinched it off, which I saw a really funny clip of. But like, surely taking someone's headband off is in high contact. Like,
yeah, the umpires run in
pathetic.
like a hero. Yep, that's high. Like, oh, come on.
50, mate, 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the commentators were confused. They're like, it's got to be 50, and they throw the ball back, and then they play the replay, and they go, that's a bit soft, isn't it?
Even the running too far from Naz
Yeah.
on Tom Lynch.
Yeah.
He bounced it.
Yeah,
Didn't he?
he bounced it halfway through.
And then he ran another 5 or 6
because we were
steps.
sitting right behind that.
Yeah,
You could
and
see it. I asked my family about it later, and they were like, yeah, no, he ran like 50 miles. I was like, he bounced it in the middle
So
of that
he ran
run.
8, bounced it, ran another 7, and
Yeah.
then they pinned him? That's
Yeah, no,
not
that
how
was
it
nuts.
works.
But we got good karma in the end because McIntosh ran about 40 metres before they called it, and then finally they did. And
Yeah,
that,
true.
Again,
Yeah.
if he had just bounced it and kicked it in, we could have been in trouble.
Yeah.
Tom Lynch, Noah Bolter, someone might have come in and marked
McIntosh
that.
is surprisingly a serious danger when it comes to playing Richmond, in more ways than one. Not just his ball possessing skills, but also his headband.
His
power.
headband skills, yeah, for sure. But no, yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone. Obviously, Boxall had a fantastic game. But yeah, and then Naz, as I mentioned.
Yep.
If you're dealing with hair loss, Mosh is here to help with clinically proven treatment. Starting at just $24 a month, you can regrow your hair 100% online, no clinics needed. Plus, you'll get discreet delivery and unlimited support. Use code SaintsTV50 for $50 off your first treatment plan. Join over 60,000 Aussies already seeing results. Visit getmosh.com.au to get started. Let's get stuck into Jake's junk mail.
Let's do it.
Jake is junk mail. Jake is junk mail. Jake is junk mail. Jake is junk mail.
Excellent. Let's do this. All right. This one is from Will. His question is, when are the Saints getting goal songs for home games at Marvel? I feel like it definitely helps hype the crowd.
Ah,
Nah, I'm not a fan of the goal songs.
You're talking about what the stadium plays, like the player picks the song?
Yeah.
That or, they just, whatever, they just play a song after a goal. I could not think of anything worse. Sorry, Will. That is something that is the number one thing that I've talked about in my friendship group, where if we could change something, that's the one thing I would get rid of. I can't stand it.
not-
Brisbane are to blame. They stuffed the competition. They started playing, what's the...
Country,
Let
was
it
Country
go.
Road?
Country Road.
Country
They played
Road,
all
yeah.
this shit, and now every club is doing it. Cadman against the Cats 5 weeks ago, he kicked 3 goals in 4 minutes. It was Justin Timberlake's song every single... it was
North
the
do
same
it,
song from the
Geelong
same point.
do it.
Yeah.
Jeremy Cameron gets that poker song played about
It's
8
not
times a
Lady Gaga
game. Or,
poker.
Yeah, hit pause and then play it from where it was last. It's back to the start every time.
or just don't do it.
Or just don't do it. I
I'm
prefer to have the crowd just cheer and feel the... in a big
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
I can't
agree.
imagine a prelim, someone kicks a clutch goal and then a song comes on.
Let
I
it
just want to
go,
hear
let
the
it
80,000...
Yeah, I'm curious.
what I mean?
I'm curious what the general consensus on this is. Can Sainers please comment? Are you for goal songs or against goal songs? Because I'm with you. I'm against it.
Yeah, I see a mixed bag where it's like, oh, you must be fun at pies. It's like, this isn't a party. This is a football game. I'm not going to the disco. I'm not going to Revs.
Yeah.
I'm going to Marvel to see my team win.
Yeah.
And yell at the team and the umps and stuff. I'm not here to sing a song and do karaoke.
It just doesn't fit
Anyway,
the
it's
tone
fired
of
me
the
up.
game after.
Sorry, Will.
No, you're right. It doesn't
Keep going.
entirely fit the tone. You're getting revved up and then let it go. Plays. It's it's just.
When
what are we
Will
doing
sent it in, I was going to not even include it on the junk mail and just respond in the DMs and go, no way. That's stupid. But I was like, I'll bring it on.
Wait, Max, you for or against?
Nah, I'm against it when the players sort of take the piss out of it. You can tell it's some of them, in the younger blokes especially, they pick songs that they definitely don't listen to.
The KSI song and
What was that?
the thick of it. Or
The thick
one
of
of the
it. Yeah,
North
someone-
Melbourne players did that.
Someone put in the thick of it, just no. There's got to be some sort of filter on it if you are doing it, but generally no. It's a no-go.
It's a club-driven thing.
Yeah.
We don't do it, do we?
No, we don't.
Yeah, fantastic. Please
Let's keep it that way.
change it.
Anyway, moving on.
This is from Ian. It's heading towards list change time of year, and it always seems like we have a couple of retirees, a few delistings people agree with, and usually one delisting that the fan base loses its mind over. That gets picked up by another club, plays for a season only to get delisted again. We know a few of them.
Tim Membry.
He won't get delisted, but yeah.
No, I'm saying last year he was the one that got delisted. Everyone. Yeah.
Who are you putting in each category? Here are my retirees: Webster and Howard. Delistings: Boyd, McLennan, Cordy. Controversial one picked up by another club: Ronnie Burns.
Yeah. First of all, I don't think Howard's retiring. He's like 29 still.
Yeah, he's still he's still in his prime. Yeah, or not like I say physical prime, not.
Yeah, he's only full back over 200 centimetres.
Yeah,
got to keep him on the list. Webster wouldn't surprise me if he plays one more, but he's injured, so he's probably.
Who were the other names mentioned?
Delistings was Boyd, McLennan, Cordy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yep.
To be honest,
I don't. Nah, not McLennan, not yet.
Not yet?
Nah, not yet for McLennan. He's still only, 21,
I just feel like
old.
too many people have gone past him on the list. Eventually, you have to do the depth chart, and if he's probably at the bottom of it, you got to cut and bring in a new player.
Depends on, like who we're looking to recruit, how many list spots we want to open up,
how
for
the draft goes.
Yeah, true.
That sort of thing. So it won't just come down to he's not good enough, but also we need to move things around. Maybe we can rookie him. Is that possible?
Potentially.
Something like that.
I mean, he'd be one that would be a close call.
And then the controversial one picked by another club is Ryan Burns.
Yeah.
My man.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I get a lot of hate for backing him. Look, it's that sort of thing you just said. It's some players are just going to go past him. So you got to lift or you will get left behind. And I still think he's got a spot. I think he's the type of player that I'm not saying best 23, but people forget you need depth. You need players. It's at the St Kilda VFL team that's coming in, so we need some actual seasoned AFL players in there for the kids that are going to be playing there every week. You can't just have new kids running out for St Kilda VFL. You need some experience in there. So like having a McLennan, Burnsy there would be good.
Yeah.
And I think he's serviceable. He's a player that Ross seems to trust. He does the basics pretty well. You give him anything more, it's probably a struggle, but he's a runner.
Yeah. He reminds me of like a Robert Eddy sort of back in the day. Like he only played Robert Eddy only played 20, 30 odd games, but he was high half forward runner, played a internally recognised role, not across all the other teams. You sort of need players like that are just going to do the things that other people don't want to do.
Yeah. I mean, when we talk about these sort of things, people often just think about the best 23 and then everyone else is just discounted, but you need depth. You need
I think
squad.
For me, Burns will be if he was to get delisted, he'd be like the last player delisted. You know what I mean? Like
we'd think about it if we bring in someone else in or whatever.
He's one that it's like gets put in that awkward position of you're probably just gonna have to wait and see.
And if you trade him, normally you want to get some value back. I don't know it's worth trading someone. Like what are we going to get for him?
You get a fourth
third
round,
or fourth round pick. Unless we need to couple that for another deal to get a Lear over the line or something. I don't know, but I'd prefer to just persist with him and keep him as depth.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with some of these voicemails. So chuck on the headphones. Let's see what we got. I'm sure there's nothing about Naz in there.
Doubt it.
Hey?
I doubt it. Let's get stuck into the Jake's voicemail.
Jake's voicemail. If the page wants to load, here we go. All right, let's go with Isaac.
Hey boys, big fan of the potty and everything you guys are doing here at Saints TV. Look, just had a quick question. Couldn't help but notice that it seems like every game that we play, we just match the other team. Like, I can't help but notice. So, for instance, when we're playing the better clubs, we match their intensity, we match their pressure. We're quite even. But it also goes the same ways when we're versing like the North Melbournes, the Richmonds, the Melbournes. Like, man, what has to change? Like, how can we play Saints footy no matter who we're versing? Do you think that's maybe like an age thing where it's like it's because our boys are younger? Do our leaders need to stand up more and set that tone? Like, I'm just curious about, I guess, what we do to ensure that we play our footy week in and week out and not just, matching the other opponents. Love to hear your thoughts.
It's it's a good point. Something we've talked about for sure. It certainly feels that way. And like we said at the start of the show, the 5 weeks prior to the 3 wins in a row, we were playing pretty decent opposition. While we weren't winning, we were playing good footy, and we play 3 of the sides on the low end of the ladder, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we're dishing up a very like low quality performance despite getting the win. So yeah, I agree. It's strange, and hopefully something that's addressed in the off season.
Could be a mix of backs against the wall against the better teams. We feel like maybe the shackles are off a little bit. There's a little bit less to lose, but when you're playing teams maybe you're expected to win, we tighten up a little bit, and that maybe is to be expected with a sort of younger team that might get a little nervous. I still think we're a bit more reactive too. So we kind of wait for the opposition to throw the first punch before we kind of then go for it. So like Melbourne, we had to wait until they were comfortably clear to really lift and go for it. North, they got 20 points up, then we went for it, and then we got 20 points up, got comfortable, they came back, then we went up again. And Richmond was the same. It looked comfortable, we settled, and then we waited for them to do something, and then we needed to react. So hopefully that's just more an experience thing.
Yeah, I think as Ari said, the first 5 rounds, with the exception of the Adelaide game, we were on top of them. We weren't reactive. We set the standard. We got on top of Freo and Geelong, and at Richmond we took them 80-something points, 70 points, whatever the margin was. Yeah. But I think where we're at, where the list is at currently, and where the player profiles are, that is to be expected. That we are reactive and that we are. Not as consistent. That's sort of the biggest separator between the top 4 teams and the bottom 4 teams, right? Like, great, there can be a couple extra players that are very handy, especially sort of you think role player wise. But that is the biggest separator between top teams and bottom teams, and we're just not quite there yet in terms of consistency. But you hope that grows as you get more games and a couple more pre-seasons into the boys.
Yeah, spot on. This one is from Peter.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I thought I'd ask a bit of a different question, a bit of fun. I thought I'd say some names of players that are available in the off-season possibly, and whether or not the Saints should go after them, and your thoughts, whether or not they should or not. Simply say yes or no to them, and then if it works, maybe I'll ask another group next week. So I'll start with some obvious ones. TDK.
Yes.
Leek Aaliyah.
Yes.
Brandon Starcevich.
No.
Not good.
Clayton Oliver.
No.
Zach Butters.
Yes.
It depends.
It's worth it.
And why don't we go Harley Reid?
Yes.
No.
Thanks, guys.
If you can get it done. That was a good one. I like that, Peter.
Yeah, I'd 100% take Harley.
You would?
For the right price.
Yeah, how much would you be willing to spend on him though?
2 mil.
For how long?
Lifetime contract.
Yeah. It'd have to be an 8-year deal.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on Harley. Like, I think he'll be a terrific player, right? And he'll be the next Messiah or whatever. But I don't think he's worth. I think
look, in a real world, based on what his output is and not his potential, is probably worth 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Right now.
But the 2 mil is based on he will become what we all think.
Yeah.
He will become.
And the salary cap is going to be even bigger by the time that contract will have ended.
But I don't think I think he'll probably sign his deal at West Coast, I think, from what I'm hearing.
And then he'll come back to Victoria in 3 to 4 years, I'd say.
I thought the Bombers were into him, but
2027, whenever the cap increases again, or when Tasmania comes in, I reckon that's when he moves. But
yeah.
This is Ollie.
Yes, g'day Jake, Ari, Sammy, Ollie here.
Sammy.
Just thought I'd pop in a message about the culture of the club, because I'm feeling like there's a lot of people talking about how we should tank for draft picks, this and that. We got Taru at pick 10 last year, and I've always thought that a win or multiple wins in the back end of the year does more for a footy club than anything else. We've got the young guys at the helm, Windy, Naz if he stays, Garcia, Boxall, Philippou, Wilson, Hall, Taru, all having massive impacts on these games in the last few weeks. And I think that does a lot more for the club and the culture and where we're going in the future in comparison to, oh yeah, let's lose the games so we get the picks, because we're still playing the kids. We're giving them the keys and they're producing results. So we just need to keep giving them more games and more time to really, shore up the future.
Yep, that's common sense right there from Ollie.
No, completely agree.
One of Saints TV's own. Thank you.
Can
very
send
much.
that through to anyone commenting about tanking and all that.
Yeah.
Well, it's what we've touched on already, isn't it?
Yeah.
Build the integrity. I think the only time it doesn't work is when North Melbourne won that one game. Yeah. They didn't string it together. It was just a one-off game and it cost them pick one. But
cost them Harley Reid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is Keith.
Boys. Good to hear from ya. How you doing? Haven't asked a question on this potty for a couple of years now. Everyone's changed. It's crazy, bro. Hope you're all doing well. Yeah, like it's good to see it's back. And I'm back.
Don't you reckon, Ari?
Yeah, it's just great to see and hear from you. Oh, loving it. Missed you.
Sounds like a dubbed voice.
Thought I'd ask a bit of a different question. Do you think Naz will resign? I'm just kidding. Who do you reckon next year will be the one that you're most looking forward to? Let's keep it positive here. Let's keep getting going and positive. For 2026, I'm hanging to see Darcy Wilson have another huge preseason. I reckon he's really good. Anyway, loving the potty, guys. Missing ya. Hope you're all doing well. Keep it positive here. We're the Soners. Come on. Woo!
Sounded like someone I know.
Was it?
I don't know, but I reckon it definitely was. I reckon Keith's undercover.
That was, yeah. I don't even know what the question was because I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Who are you looking forward to next year? Darcy Wilson is one. I was keen for him this year, but hasn't quite worked out.
Oh, Max King on the return, of course.
King and Mateus for me.
Yep.
Max Hall for me.
Max Hall?
Yeah, really like Max Hall. I think getting him out of the mid-season draft and then he's got a little bit more midfield time playing high half forward. Sorry, excuse my voice.
You're right, yeah.
Dug it out. Max Hall for me.
Yeah,
also,
call.
Keith, reveal yourself in the comments.
I think I know exactly who it is, but I'll pretend that I don't. I'm probably, if that's genuinely Keith's real voice, I'll be staggered. That was way too deep, mate. Let's go with Jack.
Hey, g'day, folks. Look, a win is a win, even if it's an ugly win. But I just wanted to say that I've really enjoyed seeing the development of True lately. I think he and Wilkie had a really good game today. And there's a specific moment where you can see Wilkie directing Taru at one point. It ended in a decent play, if I recall. And I just love to see that kind of leadership on the field. It's great. I reckon after Taru's had a few more games, he and Wilkie will be a bit of a dangerous duo, I'd say, in our back line. So, yeah, just wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Cheers.
I think they're already a bit of a dangerous duo. One's the just delivers every week, and the other one's the flying interceptor. So when Wilkie's occupied, Wilkie comes in and chops him out, and when Tiru's occupied, Wilkie comes in and saves the day. They work closely together, but not too much that they bring their opposition into the close enough that they can impact. So
yeah, agreed.
Like what they've got going on, and Caminiti as well.
Yep.
I think the three of them have worked.
He's developing well.
Biggest question mark coming into the year was how do we replace Josh Battle and his output, but I really think we've done as best as we possibly could, or even better, maybe.
Yeah, I just think Taru, the only thing that you'd want to see from him moving forward, it's only played 10 games or less than that. Just the one-on-one craft, but aerially he's fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's
one of the best in our team.
Yeah, you definitely play that Howe role for Collingwood or whoever. Yeah.
I took a photo with him in the rooms, made me look like I was about 1 foot tall. So that was I knew that was going to happen when I posted it, but it was good to meet him. He's a legend. This is Kyle.
Hey guys, with the last two weeks of the season, do you think there's any chance we can get Barrett in to play down back and possibly move Taru down forward? Or get Dodson in for one or two games to see how he goes down forward. Thanks. Bye.
Surely Dodson gets a call up this week, Ari. In your predicted 23.
Maybe. I know he had another cracking game. But it's like
35 disposals and 41 hit outs.
Can he play? Yeah, probably.
That's
Probably.
Tom
I'm just trying to
numbers.
think, like, to me, like, maybe I've already categorized him too much, but he feels like just a kind of a pure ruckman.
Nah, he's.
You reckon he can play
a very
forward,
good
like
forward.
what we've done with Heath?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be happy to make that change then.
Do you reckon Taru's best footy will be down back or at forward?
Forward.
That's what I reckon as well.
I think him and King will be incredible if they can work together and build into something.
Yeah.
Look at all the best teams.
I'm still split on it, to be honest.
Yeah?
But yeah, James Barrett is like, first year player. We don't really know what to expect from him yet.
Yeah.
He's probably going to take a few years to develop.
Yeah.
Completely forgot he was on our list, just by the way. That's another sort of player that will just sort of be waiting in the wings. And
Yeah. I mean, he already has a 2-year contract, so he'll stick around. Him and like Patrick said, and those guys that didn't get a go this year.
Yeah. And we haven't really seen Barrett much since the club promoted him because he looks like he's 37 years old or something now with his mo. Dodson this week, though, bookmark it.
Yeah.
Last one from Chad.
Chat again. Boys, it really felt like the playing group was flat. Almost like they'd had some news that had come through from Naz to potentially say, I'm going to be leaving and I'm going to be going back to Adelaide. It just felt like there was this unspoken eeriness about the lethargic way they went about the game for the majority. It wasn't until, ironically, Wanganeen Malira turned it on and actually started to move the ball very quickly that we actually got over the line against Richmond. However, it would be remiss of me not to point out that the team just didn't seem enthused by the game, especially with Jack Steele's 200th. What are your thoughts around that? I really feel just awkward in the stomach that I think this decision has been made and we are going to find out imminently.
That was incredibly dark, Chad. Mate, you need to go out into the sun. I don't know, have an ice cream or something.
I mean, I can't lie and say I haven't been in a Chad frame of mind some days.
Yeah, for sure.
Some days I wake up like Chad. Some days I wake up a bit more optimistically. But yeah, I wouldn't. For me, yeah. Again, I don't want to start drawing. I don't want to start reading into things too much, which Chad has already put us on this path, so I'll do it. But when Naz was fighting, was it Seth Campbell? Who was he fighting?
Was it Mansell?
Yeah, Mansell.
Yeah.
I was surprised to not see a lot of boys go and stand up for him there. It was a pretty half-hearted get off him. And I know I'm reading way too far into it, but if we're doing that, there's a lot of. I guess the point is there's tons of different little things you could look at and go, oh, maybe this, maybe that. But
it was
reality is
off
we
the
just
contest.
don't know.
And it was one of those jumper things. And Wilkie did go in.
Yeah, but he just.
Wilkie pulled Mansell a little bit.
Maybe we're just backing
You
Naz
don't
in
need the whole
because he's just a
team.
tank in the gym. Like maybe he's just secretly just...
Naz?
Yeah, just secretly he's a tank and he's fighting everyone in the gym. They go, we don't need... Yeah,
he'll be right.
He can handle his battles. He's going to get more attention as the years go on anyway, so get used to it. I didn't sense any... I mean, the game was dour, but...
Yeah.
Who wants to... it wasn't a fun game to play. It wasn't a fun game to watch, but that doesn't mean the boys aren't united. Like, in the rooms, they came in all smiles, knew the game was shit, but they got the job done. They sang the song pretty well. The vibes were pretty good. I was in there. The vibes were good in the rooms.
Yeah.
I think what we're forgetting as well, what was it? The Melbourne win, they were all at BBH, Brighton Beach Hotel, in the
that's 2 weeks
function
ago.
room. I think it's just reading too much into it. And it's hard not to, but I think just surface level, the group is doing
Does
very
Naz
fine.
need to get on Ross's shoulders every win? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but
that would help. That would help with the anxieties. But it does. Every situation that happens, people want to draw a conclusion. This is why he's staying, or this is why he's not. And I know I just did that, but
pre-game, after the warm up, he's gone into the rooms. He didn't ignore the cheer squad, waved at them, gave them a big smile, then went in the rooms. Is that a sign that he's staying? On the flip side,
well,
you
after
can
that,
pick
you
whatever
can
you want.
definitively say that he's staying. So,
hey,
after he waved at the cheer squad, so
it's guaranteed. He actually did that. I take the piss out of Chad there a little bit, but we all feel the same. It's all a bit nerve wracking, and yeah, everywhere you look, it's the talk of the town, and it's tricky.
Well, as soon as I ran into my mates after the game, they go, "Oh, how was it seeing Naz's third last game for the club?" And I was like, yeah, great. Here we go." So,
who's the last player to win a BNF
and leave the club?
Brownlow and
did Barras do it last year? Who won West Coast's BNF and left? Or was it Richmond?
Baker.
That's right.
Baker won it. Did he?
And then he moved to West Coast.
And then he moved, but he gave a speech.
Or maybe it was Rioli.
That was a piss poor speech as well, because it was him and Rioli. But then you see the flip side of it, Barras leaving West Coast, and he delivers an unbelievable speech, and it was it was quite nice actually.
Yeah.
But we may not even know by the BNF. Nah, look, that people would go absolutely nuts if that was the case, because the BNF's after the grand final.
Is it?
Yeah,
right.
Imagine if he wins the BNF, which will happen, signs the contract in front of everyone.
Oh, we have been talking about all the different exciting ways they could announce
I work in marketing. That's the one. I wish I could just get involved. If it's going to happen, please call me. I want to get involved.
But I feel like as soon as the decision is made, it will just leak straight away.
Yeah.
Whether it's staying
it can't drag on.
No, they've got about 3-4 hours to plan something once they find out. Yeah, if it is his saying.
We didn't mention, but the CEO was on the radio.
For
AW.
Carl Bellino, yep.
And they asked him out of 10.
Oh, yeah, 7.5, did he say? Yeah, did say that.
Why not 8?
Can you round that up to 8?
Yeah. 7.5. Oh.
It's a lock. It's an absolute lock. But we do have a game on Friday night.
We do. Who are we playing?
The Bombers.
Yeah. Interesting. Hasn't been the greatest year for the Bombers.
Is Merritt playing, Rob?
No.
Is Dylan Shield playing?
He's at the Tribunal.
At the Tribunal.
Right now?
Tomorrow, I think.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well,
if...
Saints by how much?
Hopefully gets off.
the Essendon pod is after us, so a few of those boys are in it.
Yeah.
But, in all seriousness, Friday night, shockingly, we're going to be playing the Bombers at Marvel, so...
Yeah.
It'll be a game of football. Essendon, obviously, are absolutely injury ravaged. It's just one of those games where you just have to go get the job done. And this is coming off that Richmond game where we said, we stooped down to their level, all that stuff. Okay, well, let's follow it up the next week by showing that that's not a trend for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to
put the foot down.
On the game, don't you? Put your brand on it. They were respectful, though. I have to say, like watching the game against the Cats, I don't think anyone expected them to get within 7 goals and keep Jeremy Cameron to 4. 4 goals. He could have kicked the bag anyway, but it was a lot closer. And their third quarter, I think it was second. They kicked 5 goals. I think was pretty impressive.
I've got to call out Cardi, sitting in the Geelong cheer squad with the Geelong scarf.
You got a serious look on your face now, mate.
Cardi, we're not happy. We're not happy. We're going to have to put you through some ritual before we can have you back on the pod. But
he was on Jezza Goal Watch, wasn't he? He had his little poster with the goals on it.
Shocking from you, Cardi. Anyway.
Jeez, tell him
bit of a drive-by there, but...
Tell him what you really think.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we looking out for?
I want to see Dodson debut.
Yeah, agree.
I think we've given Keeler a run, we've given Heath a run. Let's give our other ruck a run. And then we've basically seen all the rucks before TDK comes in. I'd love to just know how they all look at AFL level before we get TDK through the door. I don't want any question marks in the ruck department. I want to see Rowe and Dodson work together, vice versa, because they can both rotate.
Yeah.
And who's the ruck? Is it Goldstein only?
Oh, the old Gold, yeah.
It's just Goldie, isn't it? Yeah.
Is that right, Daniel?
No, we got Bigo, but he never gets a run.
Okay.
Well, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, okay. So I think it's a good opportunity to stretch them, go a bit bigger.
Goldstein's probably double the age of Dodson. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
he probably is. Anyway, he probably was playing AFL when Dodson was born, but...
yeah. It would be interesting, though. I can't imagine there'll be many changes to the lineup.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if they they let Philippou run around, what we were saying before, if they think just play him high half forward or third tall, whatever it is, in the forward line, or if they just drop him down to Sebi's playing midfield for the last few games of the season. I think that'd be interesting to see if he's in the team.
I think they'll persist and they'll play him in the seniors, at least for this week.
Yeah.
You're playing the Bombers. They're missing a lot of players. It doesn't make sense to bring him in against Richmond, play him forward, then drop him. No. Now you've just got to commit. I think, and just play him.
They'll commit.
I'd like to see him go through the guts a bit more.
No, likewise.
If we can.
I think for me the biggest thing is I don't even care about the margin. I just care about, Ross said, our system's a bit all over the place right now. Let's see our system start to function and flow a bit better, and so we can all watch the game. Oh, okay, that's Saints footy. That's what it looks like. So whether that results in a 5.5 goal, 50-point win, let's just see Saints footy, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It feels weird that our last 7 weeks, I feel like we've played good enough that we could have belted a team. At least in 1 or 2 games. There was form there that we could have belted a team, but it hasn't happened. I'd hate to finish the year...
Yeah, like a what if.
Falling over the line against... I just want to see... Like, Melbourne was great, but that was just because it was so chaotic and so unexpected. I want to celebrate a win and see the boys have fun for 120 minutes. Genuinely just go out there and play some exciting football, kick over 100 points. I think that's important too. Not just getting over the line by a goal. I mean, it's still very important. We've talked about it, but I think to I don't know, go for the kill.
Yeah.
When you've got a team that you can do that to, you've got to do it.
Yeah. Agreed. We've had the chance the last 2 weeks, haven't done it.
Yeah,
so what the margins have been like 8 and 4 points or something. So it's like, let's see an
under 10
improvement on
points
that.
the last 3
For sure. Any last thoughts before we wrap up tonight, boys?
No, get to the game. It's an Essendon home game, I think, but we still want to turn out. It's our last game in Melbourne for the year.
Should be plenty of seats and tickets available. So
100%.
Jump up on level 3 or level 1, wherever it is.
The Gresh Cup.
Oh, is he playing right now?
I have
or
no idea.
What's the go?
He's playing, okay. It's really handy having the Bombers boys back there. Just, nodding and smiling.
It's a lot of money to be playing as the sub, isn't it?
It is quite a bit. Oh, well.
We'll see what happens next. It's going to be interesting next week if they
Gresh,
rock up. And
hey, he moved to the Bombers to play in all those big games.
No,
so,
true. Big crowd, big.
He's done well. Bombers have been great since he's moved there. But anyways.
On that note.
Exactly, yeah. Up the Sainers and talk next week.
Yep. See you next week. Go Saints.
See ya.